Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be covering lists and exceptions. So we're going to be doing it in one type of thing here. So in this one, I want to basically cover those two things. Now, exceptions are basically things where if we have an error and we want to actually see what the error is. And if not, sorry about that. And then if not, we actually run our code. So first I can do, for instance, let's just say I do try, which is what you use for this. And then the other thing you use for this is catch. And then what you want to catch is actually, let me think for a second. Is it catch or is it accept in Python? I can't quite remember. No, it's accept. Sorry about that. So basically, accept is what you want to use here. And then like basically some error. So we can do like just error. And we can just say accept a certain error, and then we want to say print, and then we want to say accept, so any kind of error here. And then so what we want to do here is we want to catch the error and say there's an error. So we don't want to get an error message here. So if we print, you can see there is an error. So if there's an error with this code, we can still do other code after that, even if it doesn't work. So if I make this work here and I just say no errors whatsoever, and then I actually print it or run it, no errors whatsoever, and it doesn't run this line. So that's quickly a little bit about tries and accepts. There's more to it, obviously, but that's just a taste of it. That's a sample. And so now what I want to really get into, which was like the main thing of this lesson, is the list. And so there's something called list and there's something called tuples. Now both of those are basically there's something called data structures. And that's basically where you store data um, inside of your program. There's multiple different data structures, but these are just ways of storing data and retrieving data. So for this here, for a list, I want to do, let's just say list is a keyword in Python, so we can't use that. So let's just say list, new list is equal to list. We want to instantiate it like that. Instantiate means we create an instance of the list class, which I'll get into classes later, but create an instance of it. And that's what this is here. That's that list. Pretty much like we're creating it. And there's many ways you can do it. If you don't want to do it this way, you can also do that. That's the exact same thing. So what we want to do is we want to add some stuff to the list. So inside we can actually do, like for instance, Jamar. We can do John. We can do Sam. And so we can just like add things exactly into the list. And then if we print this list, then we can do that and print Jamar, John, and Sam. All right. Now, if I don't want to add it, if I don't want to hard code that data, I can just come here and do this. So I can do list dot append. And I know that, it's not like add or something like that. It's called append, but basically you're appending something or attaching something onto something. So like, like pinned it on, like, let's just say like you have a bulletin board and you're trying to pin something on the board, or you're trying to like pin a dart on the wall. So appending is just you're sticking something to the list. So then we can put in there Jamar. Then we can do the same thing here. Oops, not Control D. That doesn't work here. I thought I could duplicate the line. I haven't used this in a while. So we can do. Then we can say John and Sam, and then you can see here it appends it onto the end. So Jamar, John, Sam, Jamar, John, and Sam. Right. So you also have other functions here, like clear, which clears the entire list, count, which gives you um, like like the number of elements in the list, or basically the number of each thing in the list. So it'll be 6, right? Then we have extend, which basically adds multiple things to the list. Pop removes something from the end of the list, so we just run that really quickly. New list.pop, and I print it. You can see we only have 5 now because we removed the element from the list. There's other ones. We got remove. Then you can remove certain things. Let's say we want to remove Sam. And then, did I print it? Okay, there we go. And see, it removes the first, where we see Sam first. So it doesn't remove it more than once. It only removes it the first time it sees it. And so that's basically like how that will work. Now, for instance, if instead you didn't want to do that and you wanted to do, let me see here, set, and we append, let's say we appended Sam twice. So if we append Sam twice, and let's just comment this out, watch what happens. Wait. Oh, you know what? Set doesn't have append, does it? It has add. So for sets, we have to add it, not append it. My bad. Let me change that. All right, there we go. So Jamar, John, and Sam. So we added it twice, but it's only showing up once. That's because sets take no duplicates. So basically, if you want to have some type of data structure that has no duplicate values in it, you will want to use a set. By default, it'll check to make sure there's no duplicates. So that when you remove it now, which I'm pretty sure it has the remove function. Let me just make sure here. Or no, it has, yeah, it has remove. Also discard, but if we remove Sam, you can see it's gone now completely. So the actual difference. It's not the types. I said that wrong. I don't think it has remove either. Tuple is something that you want to create when you don't want one. So remember with the index, it's the same way we can do 2. Now that's going to be this one here, right? 0, 1, 2. Let's say new list of 2, we want to set it equal to, we want to assign it, right? No double equals, single equals. We want to assign it. Let's give it the number 23. And then let's print new list again. Now if we print this, you can see, well, oh, I forgot to change that back. It should be list. All right, sorry about that. If you see here, now we have Jamar, John 1, Sam, and then we have Jamar, John 23, Sam. So that's the main difference, I think, with tuples and lists is tuples are immutable, meaning you can't change it. Lists are mutable, so that means that you can change values inside of it. So that's like how you do lists, and you can imagine if we use a for loop or while loop that we can like loop through each element in the list and do different things for it. So like, let's say we want to do for element in, and then let's say do list. Now the beautiful thing about this, we don't have to use a range or get a number. We can just do the list, and then what will happen is let's just print element and see what we get here. Jamar, John's 23, and Sam. So you see we didn't need to use range because it automatically knows like, okay, this is a list, so we can just loop through each element. So that's how you would do list. It's a pretty quick video, but it's really useful. I mean, you can imagine we can like put data inside of lists and different things to store it, and then like just do all kinds of dynamic stuff with programs. So I wanted to keep this video short because there's going to be another one right after that covering another data structure called dictionaries. And so I want to get into that one as well, the differences. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. See you later.